We all know Lautaro Martinez is a wonderful striker. He scored against Barcelona in the Champions League. He's done wonders in Serie A, but well, Arsenal have a lot of players that are linked with them in a striker's role. How does he fare well with them? So we're gonna have a comparison. Adam Boge or Adam Bogue, I don't know how to pronounce that. He is a wonderful gem of a guy. On Twitter, he's done a lot of comparisons. We're gonna look at it and react. Let's see how things will turn out to be. Because this channel also focuses more on the stats gathered. Okay, gathered. We don't bring things. We only gather things. That's what we are, aggregators of news. So the first things that we have for you guys, of course, is Gabriel Magalhaes. Gabriel Magalhaes has tweeted out, looking forward to being with my teammates again. If you remember, he had an injury. That's why he pulled out of the Olympics. And it looks like he was about to undergo some period of rest. Probably it looks like he has actually fulfilled that amount of time. And he's going to be back with the team. That's the greatest thing. Of course, Ben White's official partner in crime is arriving at the London Colney. And we should be proud of that. Moving on to Rob Holding. Has spoken about Arsenal's mid-October-December form. He says, we really struggled. We could not just find the net and we just trying to hold on to the games. The best result we were trying to get was 0-0 because we weren't scoring. At times, there were real lows around the camp. When we were playing every 3 or 4 days and had no crowd, it did feel like a slog. With fans coming back, it's crazy how different it feels. And talking about the Euro 2020 squad, he says when the squads were being announced, I had my eye on it. You never know, so I was looking. It didn't happen for me this time, but that's not going to deter me or make me feel it's never going to. It's fair enough for me. It's fair enough for me, man. Moving on, so according to a source called as Alan Nixon, he says Sandberg is back on Arsenal's radar, though not first choice, and will cost £30 million after arriving from Genk 18 months ago for a fee of 22 million. So if you bought him for something special, Sheffield, why would you even put a price on him? No way he's going anywhere, man. If I were the Sheffield United faithful, I would not let him go, no matter what. No matter what. That's how strong I'm proposing this update to you guys. So AS say Odegaard has doubts about whether the best thing for his career is to stay at Real Madrid. At Arsenal he was happy, and the system they play, a 4-2-3-1, favored him. Arsenal would welcome him back with open arms. But there's more to it than would be meeting the eye, because according to Jose Felix Diaz, he says no one is above Perez's new policy, Florentino Perez's policy. The door is open if Odegaard wants to leave, whose condition is starting to return as happened in January. The player does not see his future clearly in Madrid now. Arsenal have already shown their interest in the player. And also, Madrid zone have, according to Jose Felix Diaz, they have reported that Benzema, Valverde, Courtois, Vinicius and Alaba are the only untouchable players at Real Madrid. If any other player, including Mendy and Odegaard, wants to leave, the club will listen to offers. It's not over yet. However, Inter Milan have set a price tag of 70 million euros for Lautaro Martinez, according to ilgazzettino.it, is what I mentioned before. But very soon we're going to talk about the man himself. But getting into the first about this Preston central midfielder Lewis Lay, according to again Alan Nixon, Patrick Vieira wants to sign Reece Nelson on loan from Arsenal. Let's see what that will bring to him, because he's really, Crystal Palace have signed some really awesome players. I love to see that. They're really gonna pack a punch this season, and of course I'm definitely gonna follow Patrick Vieira. Of course I am, man. Come on, I'm an Arsenal fan. I want to see him manage in the Premier League. I always wanted to. Shame it's not Arsenal at the moment, but at one point of time I do want to see either Patrick Vieira or Thierry Henry to return to Arsenal as a manager. Oh my god. Oh my days. Chills, man. Literal chills. Just can't believe it. Oh my god, look at that. Goosebumps, man. Whoa. But according to Chris Wheatley, 17-year-old Preston central midfielder Lewis Lay is being monitored by Premier League clubs including Arsenal, Leicester and West Ham United. So yes, It looks like the 17-year-old who was released by Liverpool prior to signing for the Lily Whites at under 14 level. Arsenal, Leicester, Everton and West Ham all want him. Well, the teenager was one player who stood out. Okay. When Preston hosted Lincoln City in FA Youth Cup last season, he was the one who stood out for them. So, yep, he's really good. The assessment of Lay's performance that afternoon were read as follows. Clearly a fearless midfield player who plays with his heart on his sleeve. When the tide of the game swung the way of Lincoln, Lay stood up to the fight, maintained a high level of energy in his play and got stuck in. This is what he brings to the table. But that's one for the future. Can he produce that at the grandest? Produce that as at the grandest stage of them all? Too early to say if you ask me. But let's see. For now, he's definitely on the radar. So we don't want to. Moving on, Sky Italy report that Arsenal are finally ready to open the door to a loan deal with option to buy for Hector Bellerin. It's likely that would then become an obligation to buy if certain conditions are met throughout the season. Very well. So let's move on to Yves Bissouma. Kevin Campbell says, Bissouma for me is the ideal partner in there for Thomas Partey. He's combative, he's a lot better on the ball than people give him credit for. The kid can play, he's young, he knows the Premier League. He's tough, he tracks back, he puts the tackles in. He is box to box if you need him to. He can hold. That is my guy. So let's see. Is Yves Bissouma gonna be bought by Arsenal? I don't know. But there you have it. Messi has opened up about Lautaro Martinez. He says he's very strong, really good one on the 1v1, scores a lot of goals, and in the area he fights with anyone, holds it up. He can turn scrap to win it all on his own. He has a lot of quality. He is very complete. You know, when I saw Inter Milan discarding Mauro Icardi because of the silly things that he did, they stripped him of captaincy and boom, suddenly Lautaro was pushed by Antonio Conte, and Lautaro, all he needed was a chance. When I first saw his goal after Icardi was dumped, I swear to God this guy had quality. He literally was scoring literally every single game that he used to play, and I thought this guy has got something special, and look what he's become. He has become what was expected of him. Well, before going into anything, it looks like according to Photomac, Fenerbahce are interested in Cedric Soares. Fena want to pursue a transfer strategy for Soares, which would see him join on loan with an option to buy. Since Arsenal don't have that, so let's wait for Maddison for now. So James Maddison, if according to Leicester City correspondent Jordan Blackwell, he says if Arsenal offer an amount that prompts Leicester to consider selling, Maddison may feel that is a sign the Gunners have greater belief in him, and so that may influence his stance. Right now, I don't see Arsenal putting the money up. It's because they're not shown to. But okay. Let's talk about the one, the only Lautaro Martinez. The stats basically from Adam Vogue. Go follow him on Twitter for these wonderful stats. He says, the 23-year-old Argentine is good. Lautaro played a key role ending Juventus' reign this season and leading Inter to the Scudetto with 17 goals and 6 assists for the club. It also included Romelu Lukaku and his 35 goals and assists. He was the key in their run to the Europa League finals last year. Well, not only that, a couple of solid comps for Lautaro. Competition actually for Lautaro is Alvaro Morata and Gabriel Jesus. They all finished all around the same skill level last season. All put solid pressure on the ball. Lautaro lags a bit as a playmaker or creator. Well, next goes for Adam Vogue, compares his ball possession or carrying ability. One of the Lautaro's strength is his 1v1 play. Adam says he likes him on the ball, a scrappy type with the ability to beat his man. Here's how he stacks up statistically with his competitions, Morata and Jesus, and Arsenal's current talent. You can see he's too prone to miscontrolling the ball. Like Aubameyang and Lacazette are also pitted against, so you can see there's a difference. Gabriel Jesus really turning out to be a wonderful star in that stat. But moving on, here's the ball pressure. Now, one of Lautaro's strength is his ability to press the ball like a machine. Here you can see he would be an upgrade on Aubameyang in this area. Arsenal do already have a great pressing striker in Lacazette. He also says that I don't have a statistics for this, but I could see Lautaro as a good fit for the Ben White style of long pass, running in behind the defense early in the attack. You know, Aubameyang has been doing that for years, right? Also, he says, I do think Lautaro's passing could be better, but he'd be an upgrade over Oba or Laka. Key passes, shots created both better than Arsenal's current strikers. Devil's advocate in him, in Adam wonders how not having Lukaku around would change things. 3 of his 6 assists were to the big fella. Very well. Other thing he says that I think he could be a better finisher. He scores some spectacular goals, but he misses some relatively easy ones too. In about 2.5 seasons at Inter, he is a slightly below average finisher. Mathematically speaking, 38% shots on target. Oba's career average is 44%. 44%. That's the problem with Lautaro Martinez. Also, his Serie A ranks, here's an important comparison in his book. Tammy Abraham's numbers from 2019-2020 were remarkable in terms of being a pure scorer. Lautaro brings a bit more creativity and defensive mettle. Of course, this is Premier League versus Serie A. There it is. So, Adam also says that, is the above difference worth £25 million more or... Yeah, that's a big decision to make. The other thing that bugs him, besides the massive cost in the face of other needs, why would Lautaro sign for Arsenal? It's a huge club, but he's played huge European games the past 2 years. He also says that what this move would mean for Aubameyang short term with 2 years left at huge wages. Would he play off the left? Would he play together with Lautaro a la Lukaku at Inter? I really don't know how they fit. Of course, Laka would have to go. These are the very big questions that Adam has raised, and I believe that is a real shocking question. With this, I'd like to end this episode. Let me know in the comments. Lautaro Martinez to Arsenal. Now, does he make sense? Does it make sense for Arsenal to go for Lautaro Martinez? We know that we have the big bucks. We also know that we're interested in him. Should we go for Lautaro after this stat comparison? Let me know in the comments.